here we are back in League of Legends. So, this game is taking the form of a post-game commentary where I was playing Jinx AD Carry. So, right out from the gate, there will be an invasion. As such, I'll explain my moves after the fact. But if you look, the jungler and the support on my side are pre-made, the Eve and the Brand, and I'm over here, by the way. So we're going to hide the timeline, bring up the scoreboard, and you can see the various combinations. The Ashe and the Nasus traded on the enemy side, but it's basically Teemo versus Nasus top, Eve versus Kayn jungle, Aurelion Sol versus Veigar mid, and I'm Jinx partnered with Brand bot against Ashe and Ryze. So I do not recommend playing Ryze, period. And here's one in the support role. What's worse, by the way, if you watch the minimap you can see the invade coming. What's worse is this guy is running Flash and Ghost. No exhaust, no ignite, nothing. So, yeah. So I didn't actually know Ashe was that far behind because as soon as I see them I just walk away. I really don't know why Brand walked into them since he's a level 1 Brand. It costs him his Flash. And it looked like, I don't know if Kayn can get 2 types of essence from that or what, but he got red from Eve at the very least. But anyway, let's explain how Jinx works. It's been probably over a year since I last played her on the channel, and if you're wondering, she was requested, which is why she's here. So passive is Get Excited. I think this used to only give movement speed, now it gives movement speed and attack speed, and it procs when you take part in a kill or a destruction. Tower... Actually, I think it might be exclusive to towers. And the important thing is, one of the changes is that now stacks. So you will see me get a double kill at least over the course of this game, and as such I'll get 2 stacks so we get excited and we'll run with it. No pun intended. Q is switcheroo, you swap between your weapons. Alright, now I'm using Pow Pow, the minigun, which is her attack speed form. The amount of attack speed you get from Pow Pow scales with the rank of the move. The other form is Fishbones, the rocket launcher. I thought this had a 120% damage ratio, but apparently it's only 110. I don't know if it was nerfed or what. But every time you put a point into it, the rank... Well, every time you put a... Well, you rank up the move, that's what I'm trying to say. You get additional attack range on Fishbones. So real quick, I want to point out that's the new Ashe skin, Championship Ashe or something like that. It's a somewhat charity skin, so I'm a little tempted to buy it. I don't remember the exact breakdown, but something like... I don't know if it's a quarter or a half that goes to charity, but then part of it goes to the... whichever one it is, and whether it's a quarter or a half. That will go to the World's prize pool, the World Tournament prize pool. So right there is the exhaust, which was not needed. And then the last portion is kept by Riot themselves. So before I go into more detail, the thing I have to call out Brand about is he is extremely itchy with his fingers when it comes to using his summoners. You'll see him use them a lot needlessly. So for the exhaust, Ryze can't really spam spells that well early. As such, I was really in no danger. If he came near me, the minions would have probably eaten him alive. It was just a wasted exhaust. So real quick in terms of builds, Ashe started with Durand Blade, I start with Durand Shield because I think this is probably the best way to start your hyper carry more often than not, and basically I don't have any sort of protection other than sheer damage, so that's why I wanted the shield. But anyway, picking up where we left off, you have Zap as your W. This it's a medium to long range skill shot right there, you got to see it. Base damage on it sucks early, but it has a really nice 1-to-1 AD ratio. Also has a slow effect attached to it if you can land it. Your E is your Flame Chompers, you toss out 3 grenades that will arm themselves after a period of time. Enemies who step on the armed grenades are rooted in place, they take damage, and if after 5 seconds the grenades will blow themselves up. They will still deal damage. So right here is a series of events that leads to Ryze's demise. Your ult is Super Mega Death Rocket. This is a global skill shot. You fire your rocket, does damage based on how far it travels, and how weak the enemy is. So right here, Ryze is window shopping. If you look on the minimap, you can see him recalling right there. Boom! So right there are the Flame Chompers. We hold Ashe down, but she had Flash up, so she gets to live. And yeah, cannot emphasize the whole crappy Ryze pick. But anyway, going back to the Super Mega Death Rocket, if you're wondering am I going to land any sort of awesome cross-map ults this game, no. You're going to see me actually miss most of my rockets, so just a heads up. Now, one thing that sucks is I tried to record this live, but the film didn't actually turn out. I actually was using a custom skin for this, but you'll have to wait someday for me to actually use it again. And on the topic of requests, the only one I think I have left is LeBlanc mid, which I am in no rush to do. That one's been sitting there for a very long time, and I do not know if I ever will play LeBlanc mid. But anyway, on that back, I went ahead and picked up a BF sword. I had exactly enough gold for that. I can buy a potion now, but I couldn't while I was in base. Ashe, on the other hand, bought a pair of long swords and 2 potions, so I have double her AD, not counting the Duran Blade. She has sustain. So for me to win any sort of trades, we either have to burst her before the sustain can actually tick her up, or actually draw out the fight long enough to where it won't matter. So in case you're wondering, I will show the runes and masteries at the end of the video. So right there, Ashe could not have killed him. I also had heal up myself, but itchy trigger fingers. So right here I'm excited, so I keep shooting, she steps in the flame chompers, and right now I have my second stack. So I can't see what exactly the mania is giving me, but I could have done a number on the tower if we were closer. Oh well. So anyway, that's 3 kills for me. I am running Bounty Hunter, so that's the second stack, since I got Ashes there. And yeah, not really too much to talk about at the moment. So overall I am winning in last hits, which isn't really saying much. But I should have probably been doing better since we had... well, we had a stranglehold on the lane. There's just no way to mince words about that. But anyway, now that that's in tower, I want to go back. I have 1100, almost 1200 gold. Ashe went ahead and bought the Warhammer and boots. I can go ahead and pick up boots and a pickaxe. And basically the AD from the pickaxe... oh, I got a refillable too. So the AD from the pickaxe... oh no, I got dagger. But anyway, she combined this, gave her 5 more AD and 10% CDR. That's kind of it. I'm going to shoot a little bit faster with a dagger, but it doesn't really matter early because you don't really have a lot of AD to actually benefit from the attack speed. In case you're wondering, I want to get Zerker Greaves, that way I can kind of compensate for any weaknesses Jinx has in terms of mobility, so I can potentially survive a Kayn gank. One thing worth pointing out is the only melee guy on our team is Eve, so that means pretty much no matter what Kayn does, he's going to get his Shadow Assassin form unlocked first. Speaking of which, you can see right there they 4-manned Aurelion Sol. I guess the bot lane was just too afraid to actually continue fighting us. And right here I do have to give Bran some credit for this. I've been playing AD carry all day trying to record some games. I can show you some of the numbers afterwards. I had some real doozies. But that Brand, I think, is the only one who actually knew how to help me push a lane. And in case you're wondering, my favorite was a Callista game with a Taric, and the guy spent more time apologizing for just sitting there while lagging out rather than playing the damn game. Anyway, right here, Bran wants to run away so that he can live, but I'm saying, hey, yeah, you can have my support. I'm going to kill one of you, though. It's right there. I got excited, I flashed, and I am gone. So it was Kayn who got... no, it was Ryze who got the kill on Bran, so that reset his gold. And right there, we just got to go ahead and collect some of it. So real quick, I should show the gold totals. Ashe is sitting on 2,700. She actually has only 2,000 spent, however. I'm sitting on about 4,300, and I have about 400 unspent. So if the two of us fight, it's not going to go in Ashe's favor. The only thing that can skew things her way is going to be the Crystal Arrow stun, but even then it's not really guaranteed. But anyway, right here I have the pickaxe, so this offsets the AD of the Warhammer. She's going for Essence Reaver, I'm going for Infinity Edge. So right here I was hoping Eve would come help us get the Infernal Dragon, since, like, without a tank, we need to kill them before they kill us. As such, I was kind of hoping, hey, we won bot lane, let's get Infernal. No. So right here we slip into the jungle as the Hawkshot comes out. Now I don't know if that actually saw us, I highly doubt it. But right here I can just go ahead and start hitting stuff. I am running the Vampirism Mastery rather than Natural Talent, so I do have 2% lifesteal from that. And I'm kind of hoping that will tick me up, even though my... I get 2 hit points, I think, per auto. So right there, I go ahead and kill Ashe. Not entirely sure if they actually wanted to give that over to me, but since I'm so strong, I can pretty much just take it. And my next rocket whiff is coming up. So if you look on the minimap, Ryze is on his way in. I was kind of hoping I could have actually connected something. But no, Eve will kill him, however. You can see her Crystal Arrow whiff, so I'm not the only one. And in case you're wondering, it's very difficult to land that Crystal Arrow on Eve. It might change after the Eve rework, we'll see. And right here, poor Veigar. If only he had a little bit of vision. So that's stack number 3 of Bounty Hunter. Right now I'm 6-0, and we do have an Infernal Dragon in our pocket. So going back to the gold numbers real quick, Ashe is at 3,400, I'm staying at 5,600. I only have about 4,000 of that spent until right now when I go ahead and pick up an Infinity Edge. With my remaining 400 gold, I want a Brawler's Glove so I get a little bit more crit rate. As a result, I'm sitting on 31%. 20 from the Infinity Edge, 10 from the Brawlers, and then 1 from a crit rune. Basically, like 1 out of every 3 shots I fire is going to be a crit on average. Now the bad news is the dragon is getting stomped. He's 0-2. He is winning in terms of CS. And you can see Veigar does pack a bit of a punch. You know what? Let's actually hop over to him real quick. So he's sitting on 90 bonus AP. They didn't give me a breakdown of what came from where, but right here we're making a move on the red buff. So keep in mind Brand can see Kayn. As a result, it's likely that this was going to be up. So Eve goes ahead and gives it to me. As a result, we get to go after Ashe. Now, we're going to pass over a pink ward, which is going to tip her off. And right here is when the Ashe started cursing at me in all chat. So right there, she flashed over the wall. We'll jump over to her so you can see the fight. So right here, she goes all in on Eve. So right there, I ping her with a zap, get the red buff on her, and then finish her off with Pow Pow. So I do feel a little bad for the Ashe having the Brand as her, or not the Brand, the Ryze as her support. Since I was playing AD carry all day, I got to see all sorts of stupid crap. But yeah, this game was definitely the highlight. So anyway, now that that's pushed out from under tower, I want to try to group up with the team and try to use my gold to get stuff done. The thing I do have to worry about though is if Kayn or Veigar are going to insta-give me. Kayn does not have a form yet from the look of it.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So right there I was thinking they were going to go for the pink ward in the brush, so I was going to try to line up a zap. So that's stack number 4, Bounty Hunter. And I already have Veigar stacked, so I'm cool with letting Aurelion have that one. Now right here I'm on guard for the Crystal Arrow. I'm expecting it to come whizzing by any second now, so I'm not actually shopping. I'm basically looking at the minimap saying, okay, do we see the arrow coming from this way, that way, what have you? It's also why I tried to recall in a little bit of an unconventional spot in case you try to get lucky. So we'll go ahead and follow this one. And you can see I just barely missed Ryze. So I'll jump over here. And then back to me. So in that back I went ahead and got a Vamp Scepter so I can try to survive the burst, or at least heal after the fact. My lifesteal item in this game needs to be Bloodthirster just so I can withstand the Kayn and Veigar all-ins. And Ashe is running Warlords. I thought she was running Fervor like I was. Teemo goes down to Kayn, and that should be the finishing touch. He's now able to transform once he goes back. Let's double check. Oh no, he's already Shadow Assassin. So that's one of the nice things about Kayn versus Teemo. You can actually run through the walls, and therefore you don't have to worry about the Teemo poison. Right here, Cloud Dragon's up. I'm thinking, hey, we can kill Ashe, and that should be free. Aurelion Sol's on the same page as me. And sniped. So that puts me at 901.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
So the Herald is unleashing havoc on our base. As a result, I have to go deal with it since I'm the fed one. Thing is, Kayn is the one who can really do a number on me. So right there we lost our second tower. And boom. Good night, Kayn. So that was Brand. But anyway, I don't really want to chase Veigar. Since they got our mid towers, my line of thinking is, hey, right now I want to take yours. So Eve goes ahead and picks him up anyway. It's all well and good. But it's time to put our minigun to the test. You can see with that one crit, that was, what, a third to maybe a quarter of Ryze's health. So yeah, I don't think, even if he didn't flash, I don't think I could have gotten him. Basically, right there, Aurelion Sol and I needed to go opposite ways. You can see that Kayn had no interest in Aurelion at all. He wanted me. He used his ult as a gap closer. That's pretty much the situation I'm in where it's going to be either I kill Kayn or he kills me. He's at 7-3 for frame of reference. So right there they get the Cloud Dragon. And it's going to be another Cloud that spawns next. So right there I maxed Q first, put the next point. So close. So max Q first, points going to W after that, and then E last. So at one time W had a base damage of 10, but you can see every point you put into it increases the base by 50. And I guess the AD ratio also improves as you rank it up because it's doing 260 right now. So right here, I'm excited. I don't know if I actually got anything off Veigar. Yeah, I did. I was at 3 stacks, so get excited. So what does Knight's Vow do? Because I know that got changed recently. Okay, so she heals based off the damage I take, or I deal, and then she gets damaged in place of me. So yeah, as fit as I am, that heal is actually a pretty good deal. So with that, all the inner towers are down. Right here we need to go back, regroup, and then push out. So I have the Phantom Dancer already. I sold the Duran Shield to get a BF Sword to either become an Essence Reaver, which I really didn't see happening, but in this case, Bloodthirster. So in case you're wondering about the Essence Reaver, I do like to get that on a few different people, even if they don't necessarily benefit from the CDR, because it does give you 80 and crit. Especially on someone like Jinx who has an attack speed steroid, I just don't think getting like a double crit item, or double zeal item, is really that good. It's possible that could change in the coming season since they're doing all sorts of weird rework crap, but can't comment. So right there was Championship Baron. So right there I get the double kill at the cost of Kayn killing me. And overall that benefits us immensely because Kayn and I took each other off the board, so that's kind of even. But the thing is, I got to take Nasus down too, so that was my 5th and final stack of Bounty Hunter. And then my team was actually able to secure stuff afterwards. So while Aurelion is not having the greatest of games, he's still doing decently, all things considered. I mean, he is farming, not quite as good as Veigar, but it's still something. And none of us are really farming as well as Teemo is. Things like a machine. So anyway, that was enough to give me the Bloodthirster, and I picked up a longsword to turn into some sort of armor pen item. So if you look at Nasus, he does have the Frozen Fist for armor, but he doesn't have a lot. So I was thinking, do I actually want to go for a lethality item like Yomu's Ghost Blade so I can get movement speed? And in the end, it doesn't quite come to pass, but it's just one of those things I was considering as a possibility. But anyway, with the Bloodthirster, hopefully you can see how much damage, well, just look at the wave clear here. This is without me using fish bones. I can pretty much just chunk this stuff. So with Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge, that puts me at 50%, I believe? Yeah, 50% crit, and then the one rune puts me at 51. So right there I zapped him while he's in the wall. Unfortunately he's immune to slows, but it still will reduce the time he is able to run through. So right there a well-played zap forces Jinx to, or not Jinx, Ashe to flash. And boom! So yes, I land these as long as I'm aiming for Kayn, or the guy who's standing in front of Kayn, whatever you want to consider it. But anyway, right there I went ahead and helped myself to red while Teemo went ahead and took the bot lane tower. And if you're wondering why I'm not using fish bones to just instantly clear it, minions aren't here. It's just a waste of mana. Teemo goes down, Aurelion Soul joins me, he has his Banshees now. And I can just lay into the tower and take it down. Throwing that out to try to zone them from Aurelion. And that's pretty much it. So right here we do not make the mistake of sticking around. We got what we were looking for, so we need to regroup. In terms of money, I am sitting on just over 2,000. And to give you more numbers, I'm sitting on almost 14,000 gold, while Ashe is sitting on 8,000. So I'm up a full item over her. She has just the Essence Reaver and the crit item. I have the crit item. place of the Essence Revive Infinity Edge, then I have the Bloodthirster. So right there I went ahead and picked up the Last Whisper. So yeah, I'm up 1.5 items over Ashe. Oh no, that was the full item. Lord Dominic's.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
So yeah, I'm up 2 items over her. So I think I went for this just because I figure Nasus probably has more health than me. Then again, they didn't really have too much healing, so I didn't really need the Mortal Reminder. I mean, Nasus does have his passive. It's just we've been killing him fast enough to where it doesn't really matter. So just think, if I didn't get stunned, that would have been a dead Yordle. So we'll have to settle for a dead Darkness Assassin thing.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
So just remember, I still have the 5% bonus AD from Bounty Hunter, so
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
they seriously can't withstand a lot of my hits. But right there, I do use Fish Bones to clear when the minions are actually stopped. Or in this case, when I need to beat my teammates to the farm. And that's pretty much it. Their top lane tower went down, the inhibitor is still up. Down goes Ryze. And right here I have 2 stacks to get excited because of the structure destruction. So, long range zap brings down Kayn before he can ult me. And that's all she wrote, I'm afraid. We're gonna pretend that rocket didn't do anything. Because, well, it didn't. So as per usual, GG, and then you have to dance on their base so they know who the boss is. So, in the end, that was 19-4, sitting on 16,000 gold at the very end. And then if you want to see the graphs, Teemo actually did more damage than me, but that's because he has the, oh no, he doesn't have Leandries. Okay, I'm not sure how he did so much then. Usually Leandries just makes it so that you deal the most. But anyway, next highest was Brand, then Eve, then Aurelion. Didn't have a very good game, but he didn't rage, he didn't really do anything, like, negative. He landed his stuns, which pretty much set up the rest of us to follow up, so I have no complaints there. As for the enemy team, you can see Nasus. Nasus got crapped on. Ashe didn't really do too hot. Kayn was pretty much the whole team for them, and as long as I killed him, he wasn't really an issue. Now, in terms of damage taken, I'm the lowest, Eve the highest. Kayn has the highest on there since I focused him whenever I got the chance, and those crits do add up. So let's see real fast. 10-8. Yeah, I'm not really sold on the Moby boots. Anyway, oh wait. No, it was under collection. So I said I'd show you guys the runes and masteries. So this was the rune page. 880 reds, 1 crit red, scaling armor yellow, scaling armor blues, and attack speed quints. As for the masteries, I changed it since then, but natural talent was in place of vampirism, otherwise everything else was the same. So basically I just wanted the lifesteal. So now the next question you're probably asking is, hey, what was your rank from that game? Because I haven't done a box video for a little while. And there's your answer. That was a rank S Jinx game. 9S+, but it's still something. So, another 80 carry and a request out of the way. So, I'm good to call it quits here. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.